Justice League vs. Teen Titans, the review.
Justice League vs. Teen Titans. It's available today to view.
Today, March 29th. It'll also be available April 12th for home video. That's when you'll find it in stores.
Home video, huh? DVD!
And the Blu-rays. So, what you thinking?
I'm thinking that I need to learn more about the DC Universe because I found myself a little confused at first about who some of these characters were.
Yeah, I went in knowing a lot of the staples, but there were some characters in there that it's like, oh, okay.
I was like, oh, is this person who was in this other thing that we know about? And then I was also a little confused with Damian because it seemed like Nightwing was his dad, the way they were acting. And then I was like, but he's Batman's kid? I'm lost. So I think they, just as a general overview point, they didn't explain things well enough for viewers who aren't like already really knowledgeable about the comic book world.
They expected you going in being a Teen Titan fan, not just a Justice League fan.
And then we've seen some Teen Titan, but not a ton.
Yeah, it's been pretty limited. We've actually been watching more Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Yeah. Which is different take, similar concept, but one of my biggest takeaways from the film was just it was very action-packed, like non-stop, beginning to end. There was some action in there.
I felt like the beginning of it was too much action. Like, not like they're gonna be too much action, but honestly, like the frames, there was something. Maybe it was like the theater, but it felt like almost jarring, like I was missing something.
It might have been because we were watching it on such a large screen. This is a direct to VOD and DVD Blu-ray release. So it might just be because we were watching on such a large screen when it's truly designed for home consumption.
Yeah, so not to be a review for the theater, just that it almost seemed like some of the scenes happened so quickly that I thought I was missing something.
Yeah, a little bit at first, but I think part of that was just because even before the opening credits, it just starts out with a freaking bang.
Yes. A freaking bang.
Yeah, not going to go into spoilers. We'll hold off.
There's not much I can say without going into spoilers.
Let's get into our score. We'll talk if we can, if people should watch the movie. Then we'll get spoilers because we want to touch on some stuff here. What'd you give it?
I gave it 8.0 Shamar Moores.
I gave it an 8.5.
Nice.
Shamar Morris, huh?
Yeah, Shamar Moore.
What made you choose that as your go-to for this one?
Well, I was going to choose Robin, but my friend Erica loves Shamar Moore, and I needed to do some fan service for her. Shamar Moore is the voice of the Cyborg character.
Ah, very cool.
He's actually in quite a lot of DC-related things.
He was actually really funny throughout the movie.
He was awesome. But there are actually lots of really great actors, and I'm gonna just pull this up so I can tell you some of them. Stuart Allen was the voice of Robin, and he's the voice of Robin in many things.
I think he did a great job, but I think the way they wrote the movie, I know they did this on purpose, but I think they made him a little too annoying early on. I know it was for plot purposes, but I wish that would have been toned back just a hair.
Jake Austen was Blue Beetle. John Bernthal was Trigon. Those of you in the Daredevil world who have seen the latest season know that John Bernthal is the Punisher.
Others will know him from The Walking Dead.
Rosario Dawson is Wonder Woman. She's from Wrench. She's from the Daredevil world as well.
Really? She was Wonder Woman?
She was Wonder Woman. Yes. Taisa Farmiga was Raven. Let's see here. Your name is so long that I can't read your full name without clicking. Sean Mayer was Nightwing. I'm still loading. Christopher Gorham. Christopher Gorham is the Flash. Of course, Shamar Moore, Cyborg, as I said. Jerry O'Connor is Superman. Jason O'Mara is Batman. Brandon Sue is Beast Boy. And Kerry Walgren is Starfire. I would spend an entire segment of Ricochet telling you about these actors and actresses and what they've been in video games, cartoons, movies.
Don't forget to give a shout out to Sam Liu, the director.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Phenomenal job.
Awesome job. So, great actors, great director. The sound and the voice and just everything about that was great. And the graphics were pretty impressive. I didn't know what to expect going in, and it really fit the DC cartoons I'm used to, but it definitely felt like new. Like
it felt bigger.
Bigger and new.
Grander.
And they made it feel modern too by saying like, people on social media are reporting, and I was like, oh, that kind of stuck out a little bit, but
it stuck out to us.
They're trying to make it seem modern, and that's, what you have to do these days.
Yeah. So, would you recommend people spend their hard-earned dough to get this on video on demand today?
Yes, but it's not 100% a kids movie.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I'm just saying, like, don't be like, oh, little 4-year-old, 5-year-old, let's watch some cartoons together.
Fair warning, we'll do this part at the very beginning of the spoilers. That way, if anyone wants to know what we're talking about, we'll delve into that before going deeper.
Okay.
I would recommend personally, video on demand is awesome if you want to watch it there. I think this is going to be a actual purchase for us. Blu-ray, next time we see it in the stores.
Woohoo!
Let's talk spoilers.
Okay. Yeah, so there are a couple things that are adultish that, I don't know, like, Starfire is Skyping with Nightwing, and she's got a robe on, and you see cleavage, and then she's laying on the couch, and he sees that she's laying on the couch, and it's just a little bit awkward, like...
They really made Starfire out to be a sex symbol.
She's really sexy. Her skirt is super tiny. They have this scene, like, in Power Rangers, when the Power Rangers are getting their armor. They have a scene like that. And when Starfire's doing it, you're like, oh, that's, like, her actual butt. Like, it's not covered. Like...
It is, but it's not human-toned. Yes, I'm just trying to give the full perspective.
A naked Twi'lek is still a naked Twi'lek.
That is true. But it is not human-toned.
Anyway, it doesn't bother me as an adult. It's just like, I know parents have their own stuff, and you just to let them know
Just fair warning.
There's a little stuff that's not
I think
kid-ish.
Unless a child knows about the subject, most of it may go over their head.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's in the Skype screen. It's like the small screen. It's not some huge... You see it when Starfire's Skyping. It's from Starfire's point of view, so the part of her is only, like, really tiny.
But it is in there, so just fair warning. Let's leave that and let's go into the rest.
Yes. What the heck is up with Nightwing?
He pretty much had no role other than a Skyper.
He was in Skype and he drove Robin around.
Disappointed there.
Yeah. And then, like, there's a big fight and everything, and they're like, oh, it's the end. Yay, there's Nightwing again. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like, if the world is being taken over, the rest of Justice League is out, and he's nowhere to be found.
No.
That was disappointing.
I really like how they brought Ra's al Ghul into it. I was not expecting that. And I was really impressed with the twists and turns and kind of learning more about Raven because I didn't know very much about her to begin with.
Yeah, she was a really cool character.
She's an awesome character.
Just one of the small problems I had was the way they wrote Damien's character.
Mm-hmm.
It, to me, felt like they were going above and beyond trying to make him, I guess, slightly annoying. To show why he was a misfit with the Justice League and why he was a misfit at first with the Teen Titans. I know what they were trying to get at with the movie. I think they did a good job of it, hence the 8.5. To me, it was just a couple levels above what I was looking for.
You know, I thought he was pretty cool as an annoying character, so that didn't bother me. I found, like, it seems like cartoons these days maybe don't teach lessons like they did when I was a youngster, but I found the part where there's no leader to be, like, a good lesson, because Damien's used to working with Batman, maybe Nightwing, I don't know, and, you know, they have their system, they just know each other, it just works, and then they're out as a team, as the Titans, and, like, nothing goes right because they don't have a leader and they don't communicate, and it just, they have a line about that, and it's like, oh, like, this is, like, a pertinent life lesson, but it's not, like,
drilled in.
It's not, like, the moral of the story is, so I found that to be really cool. Yeah, I liked him all the way through.
But I think it was really cool, as you're saying, how they were able to put that life lesson in, but make it so it wasn't like you need to appoint a leader. It's more like you need to come together. You need to become a team.
Definitely.
It was cool.
There were some jabs at Starfire, like, kind of like, why are you still here kind of thing. And I don't know what the history behind that is, but she seems to really like trying to help them. And aside from being really sexy,
she seemed pretty badass.
she seems really badass, so in her own right, she, for whatever reason, they made it seem like maybe she wasn't good enough to be in the Justice League, but...
Yeah, but it almost seemed like she just wanted to be there to help the kids. Cool?
Yeah.
For everything Justice League, Teen Titan, stay right here. Crossfire Co-op.
See ya!